Peace and blessings, family. Brother Shareef, live and direct on this Father's Day. I'm wait and see if a couple people chime in. I know people are busy honoring their fathers, going out to dinner, family functions and all. I won't be long. Just a quick shout out, honoring all the dedicated fathers out there, and in particular my father, Sidney Howard. So I'll wait and see if we get some participants, and we'll keep it moving. Won't keep you long today. Hey, peace, sis. How you doing? I'm gonna go on and get started. In the name of God, the gracious, the merciful, we give him praise and thanks for his mercy and his goodness to the human family. If all the trees upon the earth were pens to write with, and if all the oceans were ink, and then another 7 oceans to add to its supply, the writing would still not be enough to explain the glory of God, for he's the exalted, all-powerful, all-wise. We confide in no other in our time of need, and we praise no other in our good fortune. He is one. And even if I live to be 1,000, the writing would still not be enough to explain the glory of God, for he's the exalted, all-powerful, all-wise. We thank God for the many messengers and prophets that he sent into the earth to lead, teach, and guide us out of the darkness into the light. We thank him for our ancestors, us as black people here in America, our ancestors who suffered a great deal, who suffered beyond human comprehension as they were stolen and kidnapped out of Africa, brought here via the Middle Passage, forced to be put on slave ships that could only hold 200 and 7, 8, 900 with stuff there. At the bottom of the ship, defecating, urinating on each other, women, children, elderly, screaming and hollering, those thrown overboard for the sharks to eat. We thank God for our ancestors and the sacrifices that they made and the intestinal fortitude and courage that they showed, so we may be here today living and doing what we do. We could not do it we wouldn't be where we're at without them. So I greet everyone in words of peace. To my Christian family, praise the Lord. To my Hebrew Israelite family, shalom. To my Muslim family, assalamu alaikum. To my people in the streets, what's good to you. And to my Black conscious family, hotep. So this is Brother Shareef with the Hour of Power. Go to Hour of Power Shareef Hamid on YouTube. Subscribe and share the channel so we can continue to lift the mind, body, and soul of our people. That's the motto. So we can continue to lift the mind, body, and soul of our people. Again, I won't be long. Don't really see many people coming on. That's to be expected. It's a family day, people honoring, their fathers. I will put this message on replay, so for those who normally tune in but you're out with your family, taking your fathers out to dinner or whatever, I understand, I'll put it on replay and you can catch it on replay. But today is just a short message honoring all the dedicated fathers out there, and me honoring and remembering my father, Sidney Howard. Yesterday here in York, PA at Albemarle Park, me and 4 wonderful brothers had a fatherhood discussion panel about the importance, role, and impact of fathers in our community. It was an absolute beautiful gathering, a beautiful discussion. A lot of wisdom and knowledge was shared with that exchange. The brothers on the panel was a young brother from Missouri who is a pastor, Brother Kevin. He was one of the brothers on the panel. My good brother James Way, Coach Way, he was on the panel. His brother Gerald Proctor, as we call him Proc, he was on the panel. And then my brother Brother John Jamison was on the panel, and we discussed what was the difference between a father and a dad, blended, how do you work blended families as being a father, and just the importance of fatherhood in the community. For those who missed it, You can go, and it's getting a lot of views because so much wisdom was shared in that exchange. You can go on my YouTube channel, Shareef Hour of Power, Shareef Hamid on YouTube. I have it there in 3 parts, and you can also watch it in its entirety on my Facebook page. It's under Fatherhood Discussion, I believe. It'd be one of the first things you see. So again, they talked about the importance, not the importance, but the difference between a father and a dad. I just let the brothers rock. I was just kind of navigating the conversation. I really didn't say much because I didn't want to take away from their time. And again, they really shared a lot of wisdom, jewels, and knowledge with that exchange. Again, Brother Proc, Coach Away, Pastor Kevin, and Brother John Jamison. Just to follow up with them, to me, a father is someone who can take their children further in life. I've said this before, and I'm going to keep on saying it. A father is someone who can take their children further in life, which to me, the root word of father is within the word father. The root in that is the word further. Someone that can take you further educationally, spiritually, emotionally, maybe financially. Someone who can take you further in life. To me, that's what a father is. To me, a dad can't do that. A dad is no more than just a sperm donor. And we have too much of that going on. But the ones who are sacrificing and taking their children and those who they are responsible for further in life, they're not getting enough of recognition, for their efforts. So again, to me, in the Hour of Power, that's our definition in the difference between a father and a dad. Someone who can take you further in life emotionally, helping you navigate through your feelings and your emotions. If you have some trouble in life, that's what a father can do. Spiritually, I forgot that one. A real father is going to help you spiritually. Not that he's going to try to dictate to you what religion you should follow if you have a religion, but just at least setting the stage to introduce spirituality to you. Hey, peace, cuz. Happy Father's Day to you. Another great father, my good cousin Daryl down there in North Carolina, in Lancaster, and my uncle, Uncle Frank, another great father. Yes, spiritually, it's a difference between spirituality and religion. It's a difference between spirituality and religion. To me, religion is just going to church on Sunday, going to Bible study, going to the mosque on Friday. That's religion. Doing things that a particular religion is telling you to do. But spirituality is something totally different, and a word I don't think we use enough, and I don't think most people even understand what spirituality is. To me, spirituality is knowing the essence of God and knowing what God expects of you, and then implementing that in your everyday life, whether you're at work, no matter where you are, and you are showing that you are connected with the Most High, and then your light is shining on others and you are affecting others. That's spirituality. That's what a real father can do for you. Again, take you further in life. Take you further in life. A dad cannot do that. A dad cannot do that. All he can do is aid you in having a child. But a father is someone that can take you further in life. So those are some of the things that the brothers talked about on the panel yesterday. Another important topic that they talked about was, how does a father manage blended families? I'm going to say it again. How does a father manage blended families? That's a very important topic. Again, you can go back on the video and in the discussion and see what the brothers' take was on that. To me, it takes a lot of restraint, self-discipline, and humbling yourself for a man to manage a blended family. taking care of children that's not his. Not everyone is capable or even willing to do it, because it's not an easy job. It's hard enough taking care of your own children, more or less someone else's children. And then when you're dealing with another man's children, like how do you make that work? To me, let's say you're with a young lady, right? And she has children from another man. I believe the men should come together, be humble with the right spirit, and they should at some point, after they get over their feelings or whatever, because obviously something happened that you're not with that female anymore. Either she didn't want you, you didn't want her, or y'all had irreconcilable differences, or something went wrong, right? So after you get over your feelings, if there are any left, you, the two men who say John, it's his children, but the children are staying with you. You and John should get together and have a heart-to-heart, man-to-man talk to figure out how you guys are going to work together to take care of these children and to provide a safe space for them and to give them everything that they need so they can be successful. That don't mean you're going to take over being the dad to those children, because John will always be their dad or father, however they refer to them. You're just there to assist in them being successful. How many times do we have these conversations? I can speak for experience. When I came into my wife's life, she had a young son, right? And I attempted to connect with the boy's father so we could figure out how we were going to raise this boy together. I'm going to just be straight up with you. It didn't work, not because I wasn't mature or willing to do it. It was the other side who was immature and still in his feelings. But bruh, you didn't want her anymore. Okay? So what are you mad at me for? That is like someone, you go into a warehouse, right? It needs to be cleaned up. Listen to the analogy here. You go into the warehouse, it needs to be cleaned up. There was a maintenance man there responsible for cleaning up the warehouse. He's supposed to take his sweeper and clean it up. I'm connecting this to life, right? He don't want the job no more. Matter of fact, he says, take the broom, take the warehouse. I don't want this job no more of cleaning up the warehouse. We're connecting this to life. He don't want it anymore. You pick up the broom, you take pride in the job, you clean up the warehouse, you clean it up. You clean it up. And then he comes back and gets mad at you because you cleaned up the job that he didn't want. This is what I see all the time. Brothers not wanting these women anymore, right? They don't want them. They don't want the job. Not only don't they want the woman no more, but a lot of times they don't even want the children that they helped create. Another man comes along, cleans it up, gets it on track like it's supposed to, and then he comes back and gets pissed off at you because you cleaned up a job that he didn't want. What kind of sense is that? What's going on, Ed Rice, my good brother? Now you want to talk about a father, a good father. Look this brother up, my good brother, Ed Rice. He has 5 children, and he has a daughter that he takes on as his own. And if she was here to bear witness to the great job that he has did with her, I believe she would back me up. Just out of privacy, I'm not going to say her name, but he's doing a wonderful job with his own children. And just what I'm talking about, taking on a child that didn't come from his loins, raised this young child since she was a baby. And she loves him because I've seen it myself, and she respects him. So back to the blended family thing. I